Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace to the true Christian and Islam to the true Musalam. The understanding of the Messiah. People look left, people look above, people look to the clouds, people look all places but themselves. Now the wool has been pulled over all. So it's our job to pull the wool off our eyes that was put over our eyes, not by us. So as you start peeling back what you was told by investigating the truth for yourself, when you dive in to what is a Christian, when you dive into what is a Muslim, and only places that you have to go publicly is to a Bible and to a Quran. To get your information of what is written on what a Christian is and what a Muslim is. If these are our data points for calling ourselves and identifying ourselves with names belonging to their religion, this is where we got to pull the wool off our own eyes. This is where they pulled the wool over our eyes by thinking we all blanket by one religion. So all this time we was under the what we say, we was under the we was under the winds that God made religion, and the religion he made was Christianity. And if we trace ourselves, then we know it comes from the Bible. Say when you don't know, you can't do better. Now, if we only have the Bible and the Quran, we gotta just, it is what it is. Take the meat, spit out the bones, as they say in the South. You cook it up how you need to cook it up from where you from. But in the South, they're called something the Bible Belt. So they put a whooping on the minds of the people in the South. They brought out that belt of that Bible. And they started spanking ass for people to convert or get that ass whooping. So it was called Bible Belt. And so a lot of people, a lot of ancestors folded. And that wasn't the intention from the Creator. Because Christianity was not made by God. So what we got to do is get to the beginning. And that's what truth is offering for all of us, is the proper beginning, so we can live the rest of our lives at least in a peace and a certainty, because there's been so many tactics of deception, and the enemy ways of ignorance is deceit. And so we haven't been educated properly out the jump. We went to his school. We learned the teachings from his teachings. We learned from people who look like them. They told us things about us. We never told them things about them. So they was controlling the narrative the whole time, as we go back and we reflect as we were young, and we call to mind those experiences. And so that's what we're getting rid of. So only the Lord can do this. I can't, me can't, we can't. The Lord that's in self has to do this. It ain't no hocus pocus. We all are in pain in different forms, some small, some great. So what we can do is lessen our pain to none at all. And if you're interested in taking that step, it's going to take some courage. And after you feel with courage, it's then going to take honor. So these are two things that we really want to self-reflect on and ask ourselves before the divine. Are you ready? Because the words of the Creator are unmistakable. So let's get to the beginning. Before there was any invention of a Christ, there was words for this in its original language that did not have to be invented. It is what it is. Since the original holds authority, they couldn't give you the original. You know, it's like why they give you the document. Why every document you get is a copy and not the original. Is because they know in their system the original holds authority. And anyone who has their hands on the original holds supremacy. And so that's why they changed the word from, we'll get to that, to Christ. They didn't just get this word from Egypt. You need to understand the history of Egypt to really understand how did all this come about. So just jumping into a book and believing is quite dangerous, because life is real and it has real events that take place every day. So it's a thing you don't have to believe, But at the same time, this is for believers. And you will come to find out yourself. It will be revealed to you, through you, by the Lord. You will have your direct experience to know. So, in the beginning, Christ was a Muslim. Let's go on and put this on the class table. So, if we had a 10-minute mark, if you want to leave, there you go. So, just in case you still didn't hear it clearly, the original Christ was a Muslim. The word Muslim is the ancient word for Christian. Before Christ was invented, Muslim was living. And so, what you think a Muslim is, at least if I say like Muslim, if I say it like that, what you think of today as a Muslim is not. Now, to help you understand today's Muslim that you think of when you hear someone say, I'm a Muslim, you don't see that connection with Christ because it doesn't have that connection. And so this is how you know a false, or as it say, not a true Muslim, but just an adopted form Muslim. What best believe, if you didn't know, this is why the term is still existing today. They tried to write the term out, but you couldn't because they didn't make it. It belongs to the Creator. And so, how all this knowledge got to Egypt was from the Muslims. The Muslims are the bringers of knowledge to Mesopotamia, to Egypt, to Syria. So when the Muslims left their original and went to bring others the knowledge, this is how you get Muslim taking on another form. In the form that the Muslim takes after, up to Jeremiah, the prophet Jeremiah, and after Jeremiah. The Muslims was known as the Messiah kings. So before you had a Christ, you had a Messiah. And if we cut right to the chase, and you look right to the etymon, Christ is Greek. And we are he be rule. So our people didn't speak Greek. These are alternations and modifications of your way, and they got transformed into their religion. So the more it gets into their religion, it becomes Christ. The more it's in your way of life, it's Messiah. And in correct pronunciation, it's Messiah. So in short now, a Musalam and a Messiah are one and the same word. A Messiah or Messiah is a Musalam by its nature of bloodline and by nature coming from the Creator. If you cannot understand what I'm saying, then it's the clouds from the Bible. And as a Muslim, if you didn't know that, that's why, because of the clouds in the Quran. Both of these books have been used as systems to control masses of people. And so these books can be used for sorcery. So to back us all out of that, the Lord gave us the way. Because you don't go to an evil book to refer to good. For the want of good is evil to one who is righteous. So the Messiah by knowing history, not what someone just told you, by you truthfully knowing history, you will know that it will have to be close to he be rule. So if you're not born from it, that's all you can get close to. So this is a big one for people to swallow. Most people cannot accept Christ as a Muslim, or that any Christian who follow the teachings of who they call Christ, they are Muslims. That's gotta be hard, uphill to swallow for those who never was in it to accept truth. You just need to remember it's simple. That Christ now in these days and times belong to their religion. That's copyrighted, and they are the copyright holders, and they can print the Bible at will. All proceeds return to the Pope. And so it goes back to a man when it goes under Christianity. Just simple as that. You can see the Pope as the living testament of what I'm saying. Now, what the Pope is playing is everybody in humanity. This is what everybody in humanity supposed to be, have the image, not his image, but the image, you see how the look of it. Because you are supposed to be the walking Messiah. What you would call the living Christ if you are under those winds of doctrines. You waiting for something that you are. And that's the next thing that's hard to swallow. That what you are waiting on is what you are. Who you calling to be your savior is who you already are. Deep down, you know this. You resonate with this. But on the shallow, it's hard to get to the deepness before it's all get all moist. But the truth will make you what? Free. So out of love, the truth was presented. I have no more now. See you on the next time. AL-SUFIAN. Divinity at hand. Assalam, Assalam, AL-SUFIAN.